stone real quick and see how familiar this looks, and then we'll get into it a little bit, alright? So, how tall is this?
48.
48.
But that's
52, 50, alright.
that's 15.
Tell me how familiar this looks.
Yeah.
Very?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm gonna back up a little bit. We're gonna talk about clean and triple extension, okay? Because believe it or not, loading a stone is a clean. It's from the floor to rack position. So, when we're dealing with a stone, we have anywhere from 18 to 22 inches of plane of weight to work with, right? So it's gonna burn a lot of energy, and we really don't have much wiggle room on the technique if we wanna conserve energy and move it optimally, right? So, we've all heard of triple extension, obviously, right? So in a clean, it's hitting the toes and the glutes and the traps at the same time, correct? Wrong.
No.
It is hitting the glutes and then the traps and then the toes, okay? If I do them at the same time, I'm here, I'm forward. If I do them in order, I'm very tall, okay? So, how many of you guys have cleaned a log and it's been way out here to come up, and then when you go to press it, it's all like that, right? Like you fucking zigzagged up. It's the same thing with the stones. The reason that I had a hard time getting it there is because my knees came so forward, which does not allow me to get it as high as I can, right? So, let's get into this a little bit. We want to move the stone completely vertically. So now watch the difference. I know it's a fucking ball, but watch the difference of how tall I can get. So I'm loading with very high hips. Here, bringing my feet in. And then I'm bringing my hips up so that I can move in the vertical line, right? Look, I'm not even on my toes, and I'm already cleared the platform. I haven't even hit my traps yet. Then I'm here, then I'm here. Pretty forward, right? Very simple. Couple fine points in that. So, how I'm preventing myself from putting my knees forward and doing the hip load is actually from the very start. If you guys, I don't know if you follow me on social media at all, but you heard about me talking about stacks at all? Okay. So a stack is a stack. Yeah. So it's a joints are stacked on top of one another. If I'm in a little bit, I'm not going to be able to use my full foot or the outside of my quad. So, right from the start, I'm stacking my shit up, and then I'm hinging at the hips so that I'm flat through here. As high as hips as you can handle. Nice short pull. Notice these are staying stacked. And then when I climb over the stone, I want to have my quads directly under the stone, because that's going to allow me to go straight up. Okay? The last thing on the stack, as I extend, I'm not here, I'm here. You see that? Yeah. Okay. So should we start loading some stones? Does that all make sense?
Yeah. It's a bit counterintuitive to kind of what we've learned in the past.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I mean, like, I don't think we've gone this depth, like this far in depth in terms of stone loading technique, but just in terms of triple extension, like that last, keeping your hips outside of the clean to rack basically.
Yeah.
That's kind of a new concept for us.
Yeah,
So we'll have
it's-
to work through that.
It's a fucking hip load what you see most of the time. It's just tacky up good enough so you can get into your lap,
Yeah.
struggle, and then just give it everything you got.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, a lot of what I'm used to hearing about getting back behind the stone.
Yeah.
So that's on top.
Yep.
But then when it's a heavy stone, that's the big difference because I couldn't lock it out all the way.
Good. So let's talk about that a little bit. So what I just talked about the 18 to 22 inches of a plane to move in, right? So when you're watching those Olympic lifts from the side, the bar is moving straight up and the athlete is just like accommodating the position around it just beautifully, right? That's what we're gonna do here, but we have this much room to work with. So that's why when I come here, I'm gonna shoot my hips this way. One, because I'm creating a lot more distance for my hips to travel into the stone. Two, I'm creating direction. So if I'm here, the only direction is forward. If I'm here, I can go straight
How
up.
much of a stretch reflex are you relying on at that point? Or is it no stretch reflex? You know what I mean? Because you're kind of loading up back and then you're hitting that switch forward.
Define stretch reflex.
So I guess maybe not stretch reflex is the right term, but you're kind of, you say you're moving, you're trying to create more motion one way, right?
Yep.
So how far are you willing to sacrifice your positioning?
Exactly half the diameter of the stone. Because that keeps us centered.
Right.
So if I come out and then go back in, now I'm too far, I'm off the center line.
Yeah.
So I only come to there.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's good.
Really good question. Where was I going with that next? So yeah, does that make sense? The hips shooting thing, so we can
Absolutely.
Okay. And then last little things for now. Once you guys actually get in there, I'll give some fine techniques. So I actually want to go over two loads because you'll have very high loads above here, and you'll have fucking 450 pound stones like this, right? So on the big stones, where we don't have to worry about height as much, we want to be here with our hands. So that way we can pull it. Okay, right?
Yeah. Way over top.
Sorry. Thank you. On the high stones, typically it should be a little lighter so we can manhandle them. So I'm actually going to want to come out more to the side so that I can get really fucking high and push it onto the top platform.
Yeah, so instead of having to come back under,
Yeah.
you still like have some degree of balance.
Yep. And just look at how much higher I can get from here.
Yeah, right.
Right? And those are lighter stones, so you can typically press that weight, right? Last thing, and let's get into loading. Sorry I'm taking so long.
Oh, you're good, bro.
So,
We're here to learn, man.
you familiar with rooting?
Meaning? Not yet.
Rooting with your feet.
Rooting, yeah.
Rooting.
Yeah.
Splaying the foot out, putting pressure evenly through the foot. We have to do that with our hands too, on the stone. So
I did kind of talk spot technique.
Yeah, I can't do that. But yes, you want to split the stone, get as much surface area on the stone as you can, and you're actually going to be wedging your fingers into the stone to try to take a couple pounds off of it when you load. Okay? That's going to help us with our preventing bicep tears and everything like that. Who wants to go first? Okay, what are the weights here?
That's a 270. That's a 330. 325.
That's before.
Can we warm up? Can we all warm up with a 275?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can.
Okay. Cool.
It's gonna be kind of top still.